All right, good morning. It is, it's that time already, and I'm a little bit behind. Let's see here. Why is everything not working? All right, we'll get this figured out as we go. Okay, I want to say, first of all, happy holidays to everybody, but not just everybody. Most of all, I'd like to say happy holidays to one person, and that is WeatherWatch. WeatherWatch was first in chat today. If I can make this work right. There we go. He's first in chat today, and as he's the first in chat, he has the distinct privilege, nay, obligation, to be responsible for everything IP related, as he has won the internet by being first. Congratulations, WeatherWatch. Now, I must say, Mr. WeatherWatch, we've talked offline, online. You are not the most favorite person right now across the country, because you and solely you are also responsible for this massive cold front that's sweeping through the country. And I've had, dare I say, hate mail I've received on your behalf. And they want you to do better, basically. No more cold weather. It's too cold, it's too windy, it's too snowy. So in addition to fixing everything internet related, because you own the internet until we go live again, please fix the weather. There, I've said it. You're still a friend. Love you. You can do this. We're proud of you. WeatherWatch, thank you so much for being here, for being first in chat. We've got a few more people as well. Laura says, hey, good morning. How is everyone today? Hope you're feeling better. I sound better, but I feel the same. Carly, good to have you here. All the way from Scotland. Laura, hello. Welcome, Ginger. Golden Mom, good to have you here as well. Whoa, Miss L, negative 37 wind chill this morning. Good morning. Well, I'll just say morning to you, Miss L, because the good part, I think, is questionable at negative 37 degrees. It is cold. It is very cold. Oh, man. Cup of Joe says, good morning, Eskimos. We're all going to be Eskimos by the end of this weekend. Let's not be hasty. Let's see. I did sort of throw you under the bus there, WeatherWatch. I do apologize. What a day to have the internet. I know. This is the day of all days, really. Because I'm not sure if we're going to have a show tomorrow or the next day or the day after that. You know, this whole weekend till Monday, WeatherWatch, you might have not just the weather and the cleanup from everything that happens there, but the internet and everything related to the internet all the way through Christmas. It could happen. I mean, I don't have a crystal ball, but that's the way I'm seeing it going. Good morning, Charlie. Just split some wood, getting the fire hot for everyone. That is great. Split a little bit more because we're going to need to share some of that. A few of us are going to need a fire burning in the house here. Good grief. Stay warm, definitely. Izzy, good morning to you as well. Mary Kay, M.M. Jones, good to see you again. Denise, good morning. I do have to give a shout out right now to Debbie. Debbie's probably not going to join us in chat. As you know, she had her surgery yesterday on her eyes, so she says, I can see it's a little blurry, but I'm here. She was watching last night because she missed the live stream yesterday. So shout out to Debbie. We're praying for you. Hope everything goes well and you return with excellent vision here soon. Good morning, KQD. Good morning, friends. 17.2 and dropping here in my little niche of Utah. Whew, keep it. I'm depending on the weather map. And I know WeatherWatch sent me a little update just for my unique area. That's what this is the benefit of having a weatherman as a friend, is they can give you very individualized forecasts. It's not like going to the Weather Channel and then sort of like picking your spot on the country and trying to see what happens as it like the weather rushes over the whole East Coast. Now he zooms in right to my area and says, hey, this is what you can expect. And I think I think. Now, he did use the map, what was it, the HRRR or something like that map, which tends to be, I think, a little more dramatic than some of the other maps. So I'm hopeful that I'm just on the other side of that boundary and I don't get all the cold weather that you guys had, because I don't like it, quite frankly. If I can't ice fish in it, I don't want it to be cold. Izzy says, I'm doing okay. Runny nose and sore throat from this weather. How are you, though, to Laura? Laura, hope you're doing great. Good morning, Bob. Good talking to you on Facebook this morning. I did share a little bit about this show. This is the first time, really, I've told my friends on Facebook what I'm doing. So we might have a few new people in here today. MB says, snow, snow, and more snow. That is good, right? You seem excited about it. Good morning. Hope you're feeling better. We're going to get to true crime talk here in just a minute as I get through. Gordon Blackett, good morning / afternoon. Gordon, where are you at? You sound like you're somewhere possibly the UK area. Is that correct? Of course, the weatherman wins. It's rigged. Yes, it is rigged. And of all days, he exits the chat. He's gone. You guys, he's gone. He's gone underground. Yeah, I would maybe, if he comes back and changes his name, I think that would be funny. Let's see. Jimmy King, good morning to have you here. Franco as well. 6-volt bus, good to have you back. Famous Dave's Devil Split Pickle Chips fixes even cold weather. For those that don't know, I'm a big fan of pickles. It happens to be a recurring topic on the show here. And so I do appreciate any of the suggestions of food that involve pickles. And I saw one the other day. Someone sent me a screenshot of a menu item where I think it's up in, is it New Jersey or somewhere up in that area, that a restaurant makes a burger where instead of a bun, they just have a pickle. And I thought I could go for that. I really could. Good morning, Pickle Posse. Now there's a name, Sweet and Sassy. We haven't used that one before. I like it. I sense a merch idea coming on. Suzanne, good to have you. Colleen says, new subscriber from Tennessee. I love how friendly you are and everyone else is in this channel. Well, Colleen, thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here in chat. It wouldn't be the same without you. And I'm so glad you could be part of the channel. Did you see the wild car chase out of California last night, right, Pauline? I saw a brief one. I got a notice that 2 minutes later they were caught. And I think my notice was a little delayed. Otherwise, I would have gone live with it. We might have to go back and look at it. I didn't see did it end crazy, or was it something we want to watch in slow motion? Should I dub it over to the slow-mo machine? Let's see. You have to go to Walmart today. I'm hoping the bread and milk are still there. Yeah. Good luck, Izzy. Seriously, it's getting crazy. Upstate New York is getting all the warm weather. You guys are losing. 45°F tomorrow. Well, Charlie, you're getting the warm weather first, and then I think the cold sort of makes a hook and comes back up to you. So be careful. Is Sarah Boone today? We're told this is the hearing today. It was delayed from 2 days ago, so we're told that it's going to happen, but we still don't have confirmation that they're going to allow cameras in the courtroom. So I'm going to be scouring the internet. I could use all my internet sleuths out there as well. If you do find a feed, whether it be, I'll keep an eye on the major ones, Court TV, Law and Crime, some of the big news stations. But if you see something out there, even if it's on Facebook or Twitter or somebody who's got a feed, please let me know and we'll bring that in. Good morning, Karen. Good to have you. Katrina, I guess Utah's the warm spot today. It's 18 degrees right now, but our high will be 22. Driving past a frozen Echo Reservoir. I used to fish on Echo Reservoir. I love that. I love that reservoir. Great perch fishing there, and a little bit of trout too. Let's see, Laura the Watcher is here. Good, we can start now. I am trying. I will say this. Let me turn this off. I'm trying to bring a new element on the stream here, and I'm not sure if it's going to work. Let's see here. We're trying to do. Yes, it's working. I want to have a little bit of interaction with you guys that some of you can control on the stream. For instance, if one of you, and just one of you, only one, were to type in chat and say, let's see, what should we go with? Type an exclamation point and then type SMJ and then hit enter. I wonder if it would do anything. I've got my fingers crossed. And granted, I'm a few seconds ahead of you because of the delay, because of YouTube, so it might take a little minute. But I'm wondering if it will work. SMJ, of course, stands for subject matter jurisdiction. and I've tried to implement a couple sound effects that might be able to be triggered by you guys. I'm falling way behind on.
Going to address subject matter jurisdiction?
Why, yes, Mr. Brooks. I think it's time to address that. It worked. It worked. Who was it that said that? I think Colleen did.
She was going to address subject matter jurisdiction?
Yes, we will. So now everyone who's way behind is going to play that. I'm going to turn it so it can't be played over and over. But
are we going to address subject matter jurisdiction?
I'm going to turn it off here in just a minute. I have a couple commands with a couple sound effects that can be played.
Subject matter jurisdiction?
That can be played at different times. One of them is name. So you start them all by hitting the exclamation point, and then you hit name. And if you guys don't like this, I can turn this off the channel.
Are we going to address subject matter jurisdiction? Are we going to address subject matter jurisdiction?
Everyone who's catching up on the live stream, I'm going to set this. I have a delay that I can turn on.
Address subject matter jurisdiction?
You've asked Mr. Brooks several times. I've told you I'm not going to address this any further. But let's see. Let's turn on the cooldown. There we go. Global. All right. Okay. Apply, refresh. There we go. So there's that one. There's also one that says name. So exclamation point name, and it has to be all lowercase. And there's also one that says exclamation point lawsuit.
For the record, I don't consent to that name.
Who was that? Weatherwatch does not consent to his name. Well, today of all days is a good day to not consent to your name, Weatherwatch, because everybody has it out for you.
For the record, I don't consent to that name.
Okay, so
we're going to address subject matter jurisdiction.
So I'm turning off these tests right now. I've just set them up. I've got name. I have lawsuit in there, exclamation point lawsuit as well, which was a sound clip from the police chase we had earlier in the week.
For the record, I don't consent to that name.
I'm turning that one off here as well. And then
there's a lawsuit.
Yes, there's a lawsuit. Now there's one more. I'm going to turn off the sound effects. So
there's a lawsuit.
Those should not work much more in just a second. Okay. Now it's unenabled. And now there's a couple others that don't make sound effects, but will interact with you just a little bit. And those are, let's see. This one's a test, right? Do exclamation point and then type addict. And hopefully, if you have your YouTube follows publicly visible, it might respond to you, and it might tell you how long you've been following me. I've got my fingers crossed there. You can also do exclamation point burner, and it will give you the burner phone number. You can do exclamation point mug, and it will give you the link to our merchandise mug. And for those of you who are just arriving, you can just type in chat exclamation point late, and it will show you how long ago you should have been here. So that is what I've been playing with a little bit, and we'll may or may not have them turned on. All the sound effects are turned off though, and I'm seeing a lot of not following, but I know you're following, so maybe this one is broken. The addict is not working. We're gonna get that one fixed, because I think that will be a lot of fun. So let me shut addict off. Okay, so we have burner, mug, and late that are still enabled just for your enjoyment today. But let's get on and start talking about a few things, because something happened quite recently that I'm not sure if I missed it or what, but we know we're watching the Murdaugh case. There in South Carolina, Alex Murdaugh is being tried for just about every financial crime known to man, as he's pretty much stolen, begged, stolen, and borrowed from everybody he possibly could, and then got caught. And then at the end, to try to escape it, allegedly, killed his wife and his son. And I just heard that they just took the death penalty off the table. And I can't think of, for the life of me, why they would do that. Gordon, you're coming all the way in from Durham County, Durham, UK. Wonderful. Thank you. Welcome, by the way. How's the weather over there? It's been quite a few years since I've been in the UK. Samantha says, it's hot here. I'm feeling left out of the weather chat. Just wait. Everyone gets a turn with the cold weather. Ambi is not excited about the snow. Don't be me. Colleen is hereby adopted, says Katrina. Wonderful. It's good to have you. Good to have you here. Let's see. There's the burner phone number. You can, for those that are also new, we do have a few people in here that are here for the first time. This channel has a burner phone. Okay, we're all about true crime, and so I thought it was appropriate that we have a burner phone where you can call with tips about true crimes you see in progress in the courts that we're able to watch on our stream. You can call, you can text me, you can send a picture, you can send a voice message. And if what you send me is appropriate and pertinent to what we're talking about, there's a good chance we'll share it on the air. But the burner phone is on 24 hours a day. It is muted, so unless you're one of the select few that has privileges to access me directly, it will go straight to voicemail. But I will get it, and I try to respond to every single one of them. You should try pickle dip. It's the most requested thing I make. I have to bring it to every function. If not, I'll get in trouble. Well, Izzy, it sounds like I need you to send me on the burner phone a recipe because I'm not sure if the pickle dip will survive through the mail. Meaning the mailman will probably smell it and be like, I'm going to have to take this one home. That's what's going to happen. But I'd love to give it a try. My connection was wonky and I was buffering like mad, but I'm back now, says Laura. Weather predicted 6 to 10 inches. Oh, that's a lot of snow. While y'all are praying about stuff, how about tossing one in that I find the missing Christmas gift that I hid? Karen, I am so sorry. This is always the risk, right? When you hide something so well that you can't find it. Sarah Boone had the same problem. Was that too soon? But yes, she hid her boyfriend in a suitcase and didn't find him for 11 hours. And unfortunately, he did not survive the hiding. Post the recipe on the Facebook groups. That would be great, Katrina. And thank you, by the way, for the Facebook page. I need to do more over there and help out. I appreciate that being set up and all the people that are joining. We'll be using it more in the future as I'm trying to get my ducks in a row. Arkansas Magnet Fisher and Metal Detecting. Good morning, Recovery Addict and all the addicts. Hello to you and yours. Thanks for being here. Let's see. Let me catch up on the chat because I'm way behind. Okay. I think I'm almost there. I think I just skipped a bunch of you is what happened. That's how I catch up. It's a lot like bills, you know. If you don't pay a bill and you forget about it, they'll send you another one. And let's see, Katrina should have been here 14 minutes ago. Guess who's late? So I'm glad that one's working. The mugs are working. Okay, there's the burner phone. Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys like these or not. Some of you get tardy slips. But I thought this would be a little bit easier for some of the mods on some of these automatic responses, just so that I know the mods have been working overtime, linking whether it's the mug or the burner phone or anything we ask them to do. This could lighten their load just a little bit because they have been amazing and they deserve a little bit of a break. Let them focus more on why they came here in the first place. And enjoy the channel and not have to do much other than maybe policing a couple of rowdy folks that come in. Not like the rowdy ones we like. I'm looking at you, Rowdy. Rowdy girl, we like you, but those that get a little out of hand. Okay, let's see. Watt's Pickle Dip is the best. The Pickle Dip is getting a couple wins. So what do you guys think about this? I always feel like I'm not Ari's favorite when I don't go straight through on his burner phone. MB, I'm sorry. I will check it more often and quicker. How about that? Let's see. Bella, I saw you got the mug. Bella sent me. She ordered a mug, and she sent me a picture, 2 pictures. One was the mug. It looks like it's in a mailbox, like that has a locking door on the front, and. There's a line on my screen. I will fix that here. Just 1 second. Thank you very much, 7. I appreciate that. I just had the aspect ratio off, and it's fixed. Bella sent me a picture. She ordered the mug, and it arrived before Christmas, which she's excited about. But it fit in the back of the mailbox where the mailman put the package, but it did not fit through the front. And so those of you who have ordered a mug knows that it comes in a sturdy and well-shaped styrofoam clamshell type shipping package to protect it because it's ceramic. And so she had to whittle away at it and carve away at it to get it to be narrow enough to fit through her mailbox so she could actually retrieve the mug. And she did show a picture that says she was able to get it out without breaking it, which is great. I had never thought it would get stuck in a mailbox like that. So yes, Boone is supposed to be doing court. I don't have the time, Toxic Orchid. I know last time it was 10:45 a.m., so I'm hoping it's similar time frame. I'm always a day late and $1 short. Welcome to my life. She digs it. UK, good morning, all. Good to have you. She digs it. Metal detecting, right? Is that the dig, or is it a different type of dig? Because I'm a metal detectorist too, and a lot of you found me because of that. Eddie's Music Man says I'm never late. He's just quiet until he decides to start talking. All right. Love the mods on the channel. Y'all are what I strive to become. I need tips. Basically, do what they do. Toxic Orchid's amazing as well. Okay, so tell me this. Let's back up. I didn't hear any comments on this. On the Murdaugh case, why in the world would the state be dropping the death penalty on this case? This guy is like a bad apple from way back when. Why in the world, when he, last I heard, they were testing his shirt for the blood spatter for when he shot his son, and without getting too descriptive, he might have been hard to recognize after that. It was a very, very gruesome crime scene, and just it's despicable. It really is. And why would they drop this? I think it's that time. So talk. I think it's that time. Okay, 11:45 or 10:45. Why would they drop this case? And the only thing that might have come up is actually relates back to that piece of evidence, his shirt that had the blood splatters that initially their experts said didn't have blood on it, and then retested it or worked the image in Photoshop. Okay, this is like the second time in 3 days that Photoshop has come up on the witness stand type thing, and then says, yeah, now I do see blood splatters. But the shirt itself, the entire shirt, which was a white shirt, has been dyed as part of the chemical treatment for their testing they're doing, and it's now no longer able to be independently tested by the defense. And because of that, it may be thrown out as a piece of evidence. The blood-splattered shirt. Maybe that's what led them to dropping the charge. That postman was cracking up when he wedged that package in the mailbox. I think he probably had a door on the back that was wider than the door on the front. I think that's how that happens. Alabama may have started. Which you talking about Young Thug or? I thought. Let's see who's saying we should look at court. It might have started already. Laura. Let's see. Who started already? Let's see. Drive about 15 miles on Christmas with the ice still makes that possible.
Good morning, Scott. Pickle Fun Funds. How you feeling? I have laryngitis today.
Anne, it's good to hear your voice. No, I know that's not your voice. It's not your voice, but I forgot I had turned that on. Anne comes in with a super chat and saying good morning. You heard her through a robot. It's sort of like Siri, but not nearly as good sounding as Anne in person. Pickle Fun Funds. Thank you so much. That we'll add that to the jar for the Pickle Funds. I do appreciate that. Thank you for your support of the channel. You've been here a long time. The channel would not be the same without you here. I'm so glad you can make it. Let's see. Because Murdaugh is privileged, in my opinion. Yeah, he has connections like this. The Murdaugh family is connected. And you look at his lawyers, and you look at he's got like a swarm, not a team. He's got a swarm of lawyers defending him, and you look at what he's charged with, and basically he has no money, right? He's stolen from everybody. He owes everybody, but somehow he's still able to pay, and so he still has influence. He still has power. And he's got some high profile, very effective lawyers that will be interesting to see how they work today. Let's see. Pickles, I need that. 6 foot. What should happen when you say exclamation point pickles? Let me know. Give me a suggestion, and we'll see what can happen. Let me check and see who's in court already. I'm not seeing any live streams quite yet, but. Let's see. It seems shady. Daniel, I'm with you on this. I'm with you. It seems that there's way too much evidence, way too much of a slam dunk type situation to be taking the death penalty off the table. Okay, let's see who we're looking for. Sarah Boone. Sarah Boone's in Florida. Ninth Circuit, I think, is where her case is. she is. Oops, that's not it. Let's go up right here. Okay, we did a pretty thorough wrap up of Sarah Boone, everything we have up to date to this date. I'll do one more check of the legal system as far as the filings go in her case. Let's see, get our case number here. Record search for Orange County Clerk. Just one moment. We'll tell you, had an update from California. You saw the chase that ended with the dog biting the wrong guy, right? This one.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
Yeah, that one. I filed a Freedom of Information Act request over there. I believe they call it a public records request because California is actually pretty good with that. And I filed that. They had 10 days to respond, and they responded back and like, we couldn't find anything with the date you were requested. I'm like, excuse me? This was like a major incident. 3 news stations had helicopters flying around it. You had half your police force there. I gave you the date. I gave you the address. I gave you the description of the vehicle. I gave you the want that it was for, the time. I gave you everything except for the officer's name and the canine's name. And they're like, we don't know what it is. And so I called my investigator because they assign an investigator to my request. And I'm like, look, Daniel, you know what I'm talking about, right? And he's like, yeah, I do. I'm like, so why in the world would you come back and say you don't have any records from that? He's like, well, we want you to be more specific on your request. It's like, well, you don't want to share it, is what it is. And I said, look, how about this? I am requesting verbal, because I can make a verbal request when you're talking to an investigator. I said, I'm requesting every dog bite report, use of force, for the 13th and 14th of December from the California Highway Patrol. How about that? Because there might be a couple, but probably not a lot, right? And so I said, give me every single one of those, and then once I get that, it will have the names of the officer, and then I can request. And I said, I can go through line upon line and do a request until you can't withhold it because I've given you the specifics. He's like, well, let me just amend it, and we'll get it to you. so yeah.
There's a lawsuit.
Yeah, I'm not the one filing the lawsuit. And honestly, I think I would be surprised. I'd be really surprised if the individual who got bit, whose name is Angel, by the way, his first name is Angel. He's a regular at the store. The store owner knows him. He's local to the area. I would be surprised if he already has not cashed the check from the city, from this California Highway Patrol, because I'm willing to bet that by the time he got to the hospital, the lawyer with the blank checkbook was already there saying, just tell me the number. Just tell me the number. I'll fill it out here. You can deposit it on the way home. Because that is such a bad situation. Christian says, the whole Photoshop blasphemy has been blowing me away. It's because it's popular software. It doesn't mean it's not powerful, and it has a high skill ceiling. A pro can do a lot. Christian, I 100% agree. I've got a good friend. I won't out her here on the channel. She might be watching. I don't know. Who does a lot of photo work, and the levels of detail you can pull out, not create, but pull out in an image. When you're shooting in RAW, or when you're depending on the format, you can really bring out details that our eye won't see normally, and you can adjust the parameters, and it works. It is a powerful tool for editing. It's not like using Windows Paint, right? And like clicking the mouse and adding something to the picture. But it does, it also has that capability. We say Photoshop when you think of that as somebody like cropping out somebody's head and putting it on somebody else's body, saying, haha, I Photoshopped that. Yeah, you did, but like a third grader. But a professional using Photoshop can do amazing work, and just really, when they know what to do, when they know what parameters to adjust, they can really bring out a lot of details that aren't apparent to everybody else. So the funny part, Christian, was the gentleman who was, let's see, what trial was that? That wasn't Young Thug, was it? Yeah, I think it was Young Thug. The gentleman who was trying to be sworn in as an expert witness who, first of all, he struggled with the language barrier, which is sad because that doesn't affect his skill in any way. But he didn't understand the questions that were being asked, but he responded as if he did, which made him look even worse. And basically all he said was, I've just done this for 30 years. I've taken pictures of video. and I just enlarge it and take a picture, and that's what you get, type thing. And it's more than that. I know he's got a lot of experience, and it's more than that. And when we see the picture that he shows, which will be admitted into court, we'll see that it's better than just like enlarging and zooming in. You know, the reducing noise type thing. That's an art. That's not like a button you click and everyone can do it. Although some tools do have that button. Golden Mom, I turned off the sound effects right now just because I don't know how to stop them. And with 100 and something people in chat, it would be mayhem. Let's see. I'll turn some on later. I might have some surprise ones that I turn on. Let's see. Posted the recipe. Please enjoy. Thank you, Izzy. We'll take a look at that. Thank you so much. We should get a stock ticker regarding pickles when pickles is typed. Okay, so Laura, there's a great suggestion. We can always check the current price of spicy maple bourbon pickles at Walmart, which should be about $3.87, $3.84 in that range. Yes, Daniel, Mardaw is a dynasty of lawyers, a long line of lawyers. Okay, let's see. She digs it, so you got to dash. I'll catch up later. Stay lucky, all. Thank you. Thanks for visiting. Appreciate being here. Okay, let's see. Should get it by February 17th. Just ordered my mug. So excited. Awesome, Lily. That's great. Can't wait for that to get to you. Okay. How is GIMP versus Photoshop? I haven't used GIMP. How am I feeling? I'm feeling a little stuffy. It might sound like I'm a little stuffy, but it's just a cold. It's just a cold is all I've got. How do you get the pickles, the letters in the letters, or does the RA do that? Let's see. How do you get the pickles in the letters, or does RA? I only see it when she puts it for us to see, so could be his fault, not yours. And what was your comment? I missed it. I missed what Katie Q was responding to. I've been watching the police interviews. Phil, is that of the Murdaugh case? Crazy case. Who's this? Oh, here we go. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, who together with her boyfriend killed her mother. This isn't the... okay, that's the other. The mother was killed. I was looking a little bit at the case down in Florida where the FSU lawyer or law professor was killed, and it was I believe it was a family members that paid to have him killed, and that's something we're looking at. 3 people I think are already convicted. The 4th one's going up for trial here soon. And I thank you for the tips on that one yesterday. That was a fun one to look into. We'll definitely follow that one. Okay. Dad used it for his underwater photography. That being said, a pro can also add stuff to photos. It's hard to tell to the naked, untrained eye also. Yes, I agree, Tom, but the later versions of Photoshop really have a log, basically. You can go back and you can see what changes were made to the photo. And so hopefully if anything is admitted in evidence that was used in Photoshop, that log is also admitted so we can see what changes were made. Yes, many succumb to the colds and viruses. Riley's feeling better. Wonderful, Riley. Good. Hopefully you're listening right now. Hopefully you're doing great. Good to have you here. Give Toxic a hard time for us. Riley's feeling better in time for a school Christmas party. I baked cookies and cupcakes and for both the kids. Christmas parties. That's awesome. I like where did this come from? Where did the pickle emoji come from? That is awesome. The grudge match of the millennium. Pickle versus, what is that other one? Charlie, what's the other one? We're going to see Sarah Boone today. I hope so, Lucy. We're trying. Let's see. I was trying to think of a soundbite for pickles, and I stumped myself. At 6 Volt, I went through, and I even went so far as to search all of YouTube's sound library, sound effects and music for pickles. And they do have some sound effects out there on YouTube of people eating pickles, and it got me into the world of ASMR that I wasn't comfortable watching. Because I eat pickles more for their taste, and this was it got strange really fast. So I don't recommend you do that search, but I did want something pickle sounding, and I don't know what that sound is. Maybe a pickle jar being opened. Lightroom has great and lots of functionality. It does on a globe. Lightroom is fantastic as well. Let's see. If you're interested in the FSU case, go watch Professor Lacoste police interview. He figures out and lays out the whole crime for the cops. That I will have to check that out. Let me add that, Katrina. Actually, can you text the burner phone with that, Katrina? Because it's hard for me to copy from this chat to where I need it. And I'm still not seeing anything on Sarah Boone. Not sure if this is going to happen here. Okay. I told you I was going to update and check her court records, and I forgot to get back to you and tell you what I see. Okay, so we still don't have a response from the judge on the motion to withdraw from Mankiewicz, her sixth public defender. I do imagine that's going to be addressed today. So one way or another, we're going to know if this goes forward. If the motion to withdraw is granted and he's able to get off this case, which I hope he isn't, really. I hope the judge sticks it to him and said, why, you've waited too long. You've got to do this. Anyway, if he sticks it to him, then I think the trial date will continue on the 30th. Unless he says, she's so difficult we haven't been able to prepare properly. Toxic says she's at school. Okay, we'll catch Riley later. Let's see. On a Globe says, just bought a mug for my sweetie. That's awesome. That is the best gift I can possibly think of buying somebody. Of course, I'm a little biased on that one. Let's see what you said there. It was Charlie says it's a cucumber, unfortunately, and olives. So it's a pre-pickle is what you're saying. It's a cucumber emoji. Is Riley going to watch this live stream when she gets home? Is she going to watch the tape thing? Did I cause problems for you there? Because I don't feel really bad, but because I know she's going to love it. So it will be today at 11. We're not sure if she's going to be televised. I understand that correctly, Laura. That's basically our understanding. I don't have a time shown up. Thank you for that reminder, by the way. I just got the text with the link. I appreciate that, Katrina. Pickle ASMR. Yeah, don't go there. It's a little scary. Good morning from Indian Trail, North Carolina.
Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Who's that? Sean White. Thank you so much for the super chat and the Christmas message. Hope you as well have a wonderful Christmas and your family as well. Thank you for being a supporter of the channel and for being here and contributing in all the ways that you do. Very much. It would not be the same without you. Let's see. Today at 11. Don't know if it's televised. Lucy, we're looking everywhere. It's probably going to be a local TV station, I think, because I'm not seeing anything from Law and Crime or Court TV yet. And generally they put a placeholder for that. Okay, I think pickles would sound squishy. I like it. I like a crunch though. It's got to be the bite into it. I can't make the sound, but I could, but I've got pickle juice all over the microphone. Mentor Lawyer does a lot for that case too. I might check out what he's got to see. Check out the Mentor Lawyer. Let's see. It was his mom who took lots of donations and many well-known actors from other people. It's going to be 6 degrees tonight, and it's raining. That means ice, not happy. Arkansas, I've never been in an ice storm. I've never had freezing rain. Growing up where I did, that just wasn't in the weather forecast ever. It never happened. It would be snow or nothing type thing. Okay. Thank you, Allison, for the clarification. The food section has the pickle emoji. I put a little call out on my Facebook page saying, hey, I'm looking for some help to make some custom emojis and some member badges, because I know a lot of you have asked for member options, and I want it to look good. I want it to be awesome. So we're building the levels, we're building the perks, we're building what hopefully you would enjoy, and so hopefully we can get there. But pickles might be a part of it. Bella says, left a Christmas message on the burner phone. I have to work today, Bella. I think I got that message. Let me just jump back and make sure that's the one I was listening to. Let's see. You also texted me a couple days ago, and I got that as well. Oh, I did not get it yet. Let me see. I might play this on on the stream here. Let's see. 4, 2. Let me know if you don't want me to play it. Nope, you said to everyone, so I'm going to play it. There we go. Let me bring in... I have to connect my phone to the sound system. And it's connected. Let's see if we can get this to play right. Of course, it didn't play right. It like starts playing properly and then decides not to play properly. It's driving me nuts. Okay, we'll get that on here. We'll get this on. She's got a Christmas wish for everybody. Text-to-speech makes me want to send silly things to RA, says Charlie. Be careful. I haven't put all the filters on yet, and I didn't announce that one because I forgot I had turned it on. But don't send anything bad, please, please, because I have not fixed that. What was the voice? It's the same tool that puts the links in chat, or that tells you how late you are if you do !late on the chat feed. That's the same tool that reads off the message for a super chat. It's designed to help me so I don't miss them, because sometimes when I'm scrolling through, I miss them, and I feel very bad, because if you're willing to support me financially on the channel, the least I can do is read your message and answer your question. So that's sort of a help for me more than anything. Are there any missing persons happening, like the Abby Petito case? I don't know of any big ones. I mean, we've got baby Quentin that was found, that the case is coming up, but that's going to be a ways off. I don't know of any searches right now. There are plenty of cold case ones, but not anything really big currently in the news. Oh wait, yes, there is. There's a young girl that was seen 3 or 4 weeks ago. That was the last time she was seen on a school bus before her parents reported her missing. I saw that in the news. I have not followed the details on that one, so I'm not prepared to talk about it on today's show. But there is a case out there. Yeah, ice all over causes a lot of tree downing and power outages. I've got a friend who's in the upper management of a power company, and I talked to him a lot about this. And when a storm like this comes, he does not get any sleep. I drove on black ice for over an hour last night. The whole interstate was a sheet of ice. The real temperature is -4. -4. Wind chill is -26. Lexi, I was watching in, I think it was a highway patrolman was streaming on Twitter, or he posted a video on Twitter of his view out his front windshield, and he was sitting there on the interstate in Wyoming, and you could not see the wipers. That's how bad the wind was. So bad, this blowing snow, the blizzard. It was just right. It was like he was in a car wash of snow, and you could not see anything. May I have the link for the Facebook page again? Yes, I don't have it linked to a chat, but look at that. Katrina got it for you. Ask, you shall receive, right? KLRN, good to be here. It's an open and shut case. You need to type !late if you're late in chat, just so you can be added to the roll. I appreciate you being here, but we already finished roll call, and we missed you. Katrina, that is absolutely the best analogy. I got addicted my first time watching Recovery Addicts. What did Katrina say? I call it Hotel California because you can check in but can never leave. That is a great song. That would be a great copyright strike. It would be worth it to play that song and get the copyright strike, I think. Even if I play it on the guitar, I think it will catch me. 11-year-old girl in North Carolina. Parents are arrested for waiting 3 weeks to call her in missing. Weather Watch, that's the one. I saw it come across the news feed, and I hate that it's here in my own state. But yeah, that's going down. Can you use a movie quote clip that involves pickles? Allison, I can. Do you know of a good one? And I want to keep it fairly clean. I don't want too much innuendo on there, just because that's our channel is a fairly clean civil channel. I don't want to really open that door, so to speak. -5 degrees. This is How is that guy? Good morning, y'all. Beautiful -5 degrees today with -30 wind chills. That's not beautiful. I mean, I love ice fishing, and I'll go out ice fishing in -10. But that's not. I would not call that beautiful. I would call that frigid. That's cold, but it's not beautiful. There's always a missing person somewhere, sadly. What Ari mentioned, missing girl could be the 11-year-old Madeline Kojikari. I believe that might be her name. Dallas, thank you for that. Matthew Harris was in chat. What do you think of the death penalty taken off the table for the Murdoch case? Michelle, I know. And I was flabbergasted. The lawyer, put out a little blip on, I think it was on his Facebook. And he's like, this is off the table. I'm like, why? Why would you, when you have a slam dunk case, you've got all the evidence, they've got, it's just, I can't believe it. And the only reason they do it is if they think they can't get the murder conviction at the top level, the capital conviction. Man. Good morning to everyone who just popped in. If you did pop in, just hit !late in the chat just so you can get logged onto the roll. Do you see the FedEx driver that killed Athena Strand just caught 3 charges against minors? Oh, man. I drove home from work in that weather driving a Jeep. It took 4 hours. A Jeep. Hopefully it was not a soft top, Karen. Hopefully it was well insulated. It had the hard top up. So Dallas, this missing girl in North Carolina sounds very tragic. It doesn't look good for the parents right now, just from what we know. But I don't know. I hope true crime channels don't turn into kids missing channels. That sucks. I know it's heartbreaking. It is. We're trying to follow more trials that are happening in the news right now. That's sort of like our focus. Stolen car in Ohio with 5-month-old twins. Only one twin found. Still an Amber Alert. Whoa. Man. Thank you. I'll watch for the link, Allison, the pickle link. I really wish they'd stop covering cases where parents kill their own kids. Not interested at all. Well, the Murdoch case is sort of that. He kills his wife and his kid, allegedly. Let's see. Sarah Boone is going to be fascinating. I cannot wait for this because I think she's going to be on stand. She'll testify in her own defense. And that cross-examination is going to be something that I will not miss a second of. It will be beautiful. And at the same time, so frustrating because I think you'll have a lot of elements of Darrell Brooks and what we expected from Darrell Brooks if he had ever made it up to the stand, if he could behave long enough to do that. Cases with kids are too heartbreaking. I agree. Okay, so let's do a quick check again of the interwebs to see if anybody is running a stream. I think Young Thug's going to be in court again today. That trial is going to take forever. With so many lawyers at play, of so many different defendants, it's every single motion, every single one gets an opportunity to object, and it's going to be years to process. I did hear though he may be considering a plea deal, which would definitely speed things up. Late as usual, but you're on my TV, and Ari, you look wonderful in your box. Why, thank you. I am in my box. Sorry, I can go full screen if you'd like. There we go. I'm back. I forget that I'm in my box, and you're looking, you're seeing what I see. What happened to the pregnant lady who got kidnapped and they took the baby from her? Rich, I don't know. Send me the link on that one, on what you know. I can do some research. Bryce Rhodes is another Darrell Brooks, but worse. Is he worse than Jan? Mr. Jan was supposed to be pretty crazy as well. I haven't seen a Bryce Rhodes. Let me pull up a quick check on that one. And what state is he in as well? The state they're in might have an impact on whether or not we can cover it. Daniel, hopefully not. Hopefully not. But I will tell you, I watched the Courtney Clenny interview, And there was a brief moment where I thought, oh, great, quick, I'm going to have to edit this. But it ended up not being that. Who is Bryce Rhodes? Bryce Rhodes is a triple murder trial delayed again. This is December 10th is the dateline for WDRB.com. Delayed again after judge orders competency evaluation. And this is out of Louisville, Kentucky. The January trial for triple murder defendant Bryce Rhodes has been delayed again after defense attorneys asked for a competency evaluation, claiming Rhodes had an intellectual disability that would prohibit prosecutors from seeking the death penalty. The judge wanted to know why that motion hadn't been made in previous years, because this is a 2016 case. His actions in court have been repeatedly irrational. Their defendants say he's gotten worse recently and is saying things that don't make sense. The trial could be pushed all the way out to 2023. When they do those competency evaluations, that is one of the longest holds they can put on a trial. It just pushes it. It's like add a year to the date, and that's what you get. So, yeah, he's been screaming, escorted out of court. Or maybe that was somebody else, a woman that was screaming at him. Okay, so this guy is a little bizarre. But 2023, we're going to have to pencil that in for way down the road. But let's see what we've got. That's Bryce. KLRN. In my defense, at 7:45, I was still a zombie and drooling. Not pretty after going to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was also up at 3 o'clock in the morning, KLRN, but I did go back to bed. Let's see. I don't think I was drooling, though. Weather Watch says, Recovery Addict. Young Thug had a hearing that came on yesterday afternoon. I was going to send it over, but I know it was a recovery day. Yeah, I saw that. I haven't watched it. We could go back and watch it if it was interesting, if somebody wants to, but the hearings just seem like they're going to take forever. I don't want to turn into another Pike County case. Mitch says, hi from Georgia. How do you feel today? I feel stuffed up, like somebody, walloped me in the nose, and it's swollen. So that's how I feel. If you're thinking of she killed the mother, and oh my goodness, that one got the death sentence, and appropriately so. Colleen says, Recovery Addict, do you have experience as a lawyer, or is this an interest of yours? This is a lifelong interest, Colleen. I could tell you the story I've told a couple times before, but when I was in junior high, I was in a class. It was an English class, and for some reason in our school, they had moved our class into what used to be used to be a large janitorial closet, and it had broken windows that were not insulated. It had no heat in there, and they had just sort of retrofitted it for this medium-sized classroom. And so we're in there during the wintertime, and it's freezing cold. And so at that point, I started reading the law, and I went through the code, all the rules and procedures and everything, and found out that there was actually something on the books that said if the temperature in a classroom doesn't fall within a set range, then it's not permitted to hold class. You can't require students to be there because education's compelled. Once you have to be there. And so I printed off that law, and I grabbed a digital thermometer, and I took it to school the next day. And I sat down and let the thermometer adjust to the climate. And as soon as it had, I took it up to the teacher and set it on his desk, and I handed him the paper. And he read it, and he looked at the thermometer, and he looked up, and he said, class dismissed. And he let us all out. And the next day, they had a different classroom for us, so we got to go back. But that was when I realized that there's things in the law that people don't know. There's things about the law that people can use or that might get somebody in trouble if they're not aware of it. And so I started reading. Laws. I started going to the library and literally reading Utah code, the code book, the statutes as they're written. And then I started getting into politics a little bit and started to watch the legislatures, and I read every single bill that was proposed in the legislature. For a couple of years I did that. And it was fun to go and call, my legislator or my representative and say, hey, I have a question about this bill. Have you read it? And they're like, well, I haven't looked at it yet. I'm like, I've read every bill so far. Which ones? Why wouldn't you read it? And but I've just loved it. I've loved everything legal related and followed it for years. And so, no, I'm not a lawyer. I just play one on YouTube. The more we get missing kids' faces and names out there, the better chances of being found. It's not always a positive outcome, but finding them no matter what is important. It is. I don't think we can do, like, we couldn't turn this channel into basically a running, like the back of a milk jug. As you know, when I was a kid, that's where the missing kids were, on the back of the milk carton at school type thing. I don't think we can turn it into that. Just because it's heartbreaking, and it's something that I wouldn't be able to do day after day, which would be sad, because I love doing this. I love doing true crime analysis. But when it's appropriate, when a trial comes up, when a situation comes up, we will go there. We'll talk about it. We'll do what we can to look at it and bring attention to it. Let's see. Is your icon a castle? If so, do you know which one? Let's see, Lucy. Yeah, that's crazy. What's wrong with drooling? That's how I know I slept well, says MB. Nothing. I just didn't think I was last night. Summer Wells, she still hasn't been found. The case was so strange. Let's see, got a new message here. Hang on. Brief tissue break. Link sent with my votes. Ashley Bush case. Oh man. Arkansas. Is that a new one? That's a new case, or is it already decided? CG in Texas says just hi. Just wanted to say hi. If you came in late, CG, you have to type in chat. You have to type !late, LATE. It's a new rule. Let's see. I remember you having copies of multiple volumes of Utah Code. Yes, I liked those books. And the librarians are like, you want what book? I'm like, can I check these out? Like, they're reference copies. But no one else has read them. No one else is asking for this. Can I please have these books? Did you see they found the white car from the Iowa murders over 400 miles away? Then said, no, not that one. Okay, so that guy, they did find a white car in Oregon. It was the Idaho. Sorry, I think spell check might have fixed the state for you. The Idaho murders, the 4 college students that were murdered up there in Moscow, Idaho. But it was not the right car. It was in the right parameters. It fell in the 2011 to 2013 white Hyundai Elantra cars. But there are 20,000 possible cars that fall in there. And so that eliminates one. It is Sarah Boone today. We just don't have a feed yet. And so we're not sure if it's going to happen. It's probably 45 minutes before it's going to play. Let's see. If anybody does have a feed from any of the news stations that are following this, please let me know. If you see somebody that says we're going to be covering it, or have somebody at the courthouse, let me know. We can pull up the feed up here and watch it together. Because I'm not seeing anybody. I'm not seeing Law and Crime. I'm not seeing Court TV. None of the big ones. Let's see. Burner phone is going nuts here on the desk next to me, which is good. I will read them all and respond. Okay. We could pull up the Young Thug case here, just to have it going in the background. Give me just 1 second here.
Anybody else? Okay. All right, lawyers. That is defense lawyers.
One other quick matter here. I've talked with the state this morning. The state has not yet responded to my omnibus motions, our omnibus motion. The state says that they need a little bit more time, and that's
funny.
fine. That's good. That's no problem, and I'll be happy to.
See, this court case has had problems with the video. I
Proceeding.
don't know why this is happening like that. Let's see here. Upstream key.
Number
I should
two,
not be see-through.
I haven't received anything
There we go.
other than CVs
So audio is only coming in on the left
For
channel right
the,
now. We'll keep looking for Sarah Boone,
for the
but this is Young
expert
Thug.
witnesses. If there are
I'm gonna
any,
turn the
if
audio
there's
down just a
any
little bit so we can
research,
just keep
if there's
talking.
any articles, if there are
Let's see,
anything
this-
in particular under the here's what I've used to form my expert opinions.
How about this guy's
If there's anything
ponytail?
any of these witnesses
That
are
little
gonna
braid.
rely on that's going to be introduced by the state, such as professional articles or otherwise.
They should have turned those over to you already.
Okay, that's what I was just making sure that there's nothing but CVs.
At least for now.
Right.
Okay.
He's complaining because there's nothing on this expert witness.
All right.
Everyone's going to join.
Any other defense lawyers that we have here? Let me just go ahead and find out. Oh, let's see. Let's take roll to see who's here today too.
Let's
so
do
I can
that.
go ahead and. All right, Mr. Adams.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm sorry, defendant Khalif Adams.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, madam.
Cameron Cowan on behalf of Mr. Khalif.
Hey, Shandy,
Mr. Adams is
we're
next to
we
you.
try to
Good
cover
morning,
cases
madam.
that are
Okay,
high
then we
profile,
have,
and that definitely is
Ronte
one.
Beatty.
But it also depends on the state that it's in, because the
Good
laws in the
morning, sir.
state,
Good
as
morning,
far
Mr.
as
Beatty. All right,
cameras in the
but
courtroom
let me,
differ.
while I'm doing this,
Florida's
Mr.
much easier to cover.
Clark, did you have any
Texas is
other,
much easier to cover
objections or
than some of the other
issues that you wish
states.
to bring up in regards to Daubert or 702?
But let's see.
Okay, all right.
I watched Zion's testimony. The kid did a great job. Where do y'all see him being coached?
DeMonte Blaylock.
The judge saw him being coached, CG. That happened with the individual he called up
Yeah,
from
Devon Blaylock.
from
You're
the
right.
audience and said, "I see you,
Good morning,
making
sir.
hand
And
gestures
Mr.
to him
Blaylock is next to you.
as
Good
he's being
morning, sir.
questioned."
Any issues
I
as
did
to
not see
Daubert
it.
or
I wish I
702
could see what
otherwise
he
not
saw.
been raised already? Okay, thank you,
Off
sir.
to work. See you, Bob.
All
Thanks
right.
for being here. Have a
Good
great
morning,
day.
Mr. Adams, and good morning.
Tom
morning,
says,
Mr.
I'll
Williams.
be heading up to Orlando in about an hour to stop by the courthouse to see what's going on and get them to let cameras
All
in.
right.
Yeah, Tom, if you do go by the courthouse, just tell me the name of the channels of the trucks that are
Darius
outside.
Dorsey.
That could get us a head start on who's there. That hair was made illegal in 1994. Arrest that man, says Charlie. Oh, here's another one. This guy's got a ponytail.
Do not apply to us. I think the gang ones are the most important one to us. So I just be asking that we hold off on those until he's physically here, so we can, engage in the actual motion yard.
If necessary, would you be okay with us trying to involve him via Zoom?
I have absolutely no objection to that. He can at least be present virtually. We can go forward on that
We'll
yard.
try and work on that.
I object to him being involved via Zoom because we got Zoom bombed last time they did that.
Yes, sir, I will.
We had some very naughty stuff shown on the screen.
Break, Mr. Chamberlain, if we can
Lots
do
of
that.
ponytails and bow ties in this courtroom.
All right, thank you, sir. Any other
Do you think
issues
it's
as
because
to
the
Daubert,
defendants are all
702
a bunch of
other than what you
gangsters?
mentioned already?
They want some sort of gangster lawyers as well.
Experts are the ones that are going to be hashed out. Anything else?
Way too many Ponzo House for one trial. Yeah, the ratio of ponytail to non-ponytail is a little bit skewed here.
Okay, Mr. Eppinger? Good morning, sir.
Let's see. Let me
All
see
right,
if I
thank
can
you. Good morning,
turn
Mr.
on a
Eppinger.
couple things here.
All right, okay, Mr. Johnson, anything other, that you'd like to raise that otherwise hasn't been presented already? I'm not doing it today. It'll probably be tomorrow, or actually, I may do. It depends on.
Hang on.
It depends on whether or not how much time I have left.
So they're holding court today if he says he's doing it tomorrow. We should have Young Thug
I'll
today.
note your objection in that respect. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. Miles Farley.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Meneas.
Yes, Mr. Miles Farley. I'll just join in the request of Mr. Harvey and Mr. Adams. I do have some motions in them.
Okay.
All one that would take 30, 40 minutes.
I got your 25 motions. All right. So we'll.
There's a lawsuit.
Out at some point in time. Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Okay. Javon Fleetwood.
Okay.
Mr. Fleetwood, good morning, sir.
All right. How am I feeling? Any better? I hope so. Ashley, I'm feeling a little better, but my nose feels like I got hit by a truck. It's all stuffed up. Video looks good. Must be Photoshopped enhanced. Yes, clearly it has been. What are we watching? This is True Thug from yesterday, but we might jump in if they're going to live stream today's hearing as well. We might pick that up because we don't have Sarah Boone yet.
Yes, sir.
We've got nothing live yet on Sarah Boone.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you, sir.
And it might be a quick hearing as well.
Let's see, Demecan Garlington. Mr. Garlington? Sir, I think you're still in the process. We still need to get you an attorney, correct? Yes? Okay.
He doesn't have an attorney yet?
Mr. Hoover?
I was just going to ban the tickets if I needed to.
Okay, all right. All right, Quintavious Greer.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Ms. Mormon.
Mike Russ on behalf of Mr. Greer as well.
Okay, all right. Any other issues in regards to the Daubert or 702 issues? All right, okay.
Crumbly Parents trial, I think, let me just look at the dates here. That one's going to come up. Let me turn this up here so you can see the chat. Whoa.
Good morning, Mr. Matthews.
Made a mess out of that one, didn't I?
All right, any other issues
The Crumbly Parents trial is coming up on,
sir, that otherwise have not been raised.
let's see, the 17th of January is the date for trial for both James and Jennifer, who I believe are going to be tried together on that one for the Oakland shooter parents.
Yes, sir. Okay, fair enough. All right, DeMonte Kendrick.
Tina, you're late. Thanks for being here.
Good morning again, sir. All right. Any other issues in regards to Daubert or 702 that otherwise have not been raised?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Thank you, sir. All right, Demise McMullen.
I'm sure on a globe that there's like a row of Harleys outside the
Okay, he's in
courthouse
corner.
right now.
Thank you, sir. All right. Do we have an attorney for him, or is that still Amanda Young?
We're still working on that one as well, Your Honor.
Okay, all
Hey,
right.
Tina, I don't know if how to get this Addicts command working yet.
Okay,
I don't know how to get it
where is
working.
Mender?
It keeps saying that people are not followers when they are.
Where are you, sir?
So I'll have to work on that.
Put your hand up, raise your hand right quick.
Lindsay, thanks for being here. Just go ahead and put exclamation point late when you're
Okay,
here,
I see him. Okay, all right.
and we'll get you
Where
added
is
to the
Ms.
roll.
Fagan? Is Ms. Fagan still your attorney?
They need to let us watch Boone. We get to see Courtney Clenny's. Yeah, Boone's trial will be televised. It will, but I'm not sure if her hearing today is going to be. That's what we're waiting for. Today's just a hearing. Her trial is scheduled for January
All right, Jane
30th.
Myrick. Good morning, Ms. Bernard. Okay, all right. Thank you, madam. All right. Cormarius Nichols, Mr. Harvey, again, good morning. Anything else, sir?
No, Judge. Thank you. But can I ask you a question? May I?
Well, yes, you can ask me a question.
Okay.
Okay, I may not have an answer for you, but
This judge is a
I'll
comedian.
try.
It's kind of up to you.
Okay.
Do you think it would be easier if we had an automatic opt-in rule? And that anybody that wants to opt out can say, hey, I'm out of that one, instead of going,
I'm doing this because I need to take roll.
No, I get that. I'm just asking.
Can you just
as
assume
far
we're all
as
here?
You're concerned, and everybody else is concerned, we can automatically opt in if the court makes that ruling, and that way, anybody that doesn't say I'm out is automatically joined, and we don't have to.
I don't have any issue with that.
Okay, good. Can we do, any of you guys have any objection to that?
I'll look into that.
What?
I'll look into it.
He'll object.
All right.
They're all a bunch of
If you feel
comedians.
permission, I think that'd make things a lot easier.
Okay.
That's going to help the piling on where everyone says, I joined that. We hold the same objections, things like that. The Crumbly trial is on hold. Supreme Court in Michigan has case to see if there's probable cause to charge them. Lil Miss, I was curious about this one. So if it's on hold, I'll have to update that. Michigan, it wouldn't just be Michigan. I have questions about that all the time because these are the parents being charged with something their son did. that their son's already, confessed to, and he pled guilty to all 34 charges. How many defendants in the Young Thug case? All of them. Let's see. The whole gang got rounded up. Let's see. In Young Thug, we have... Young Thug's brother opts for a plea deal ahead of YSL trial. Let's see, that was yesterday. So I wonder if part of that plea deal he's going to testify. See if we could find this. Young Slim Life, the YSL, that's a criminal street gang, alleges 182 sentences of the collectives participating in gang activity and criminal conspiracies, citing lyrics, social media posts, and clothing or accessories with slime emblazoned on them as evidence. Atlanta's Fulton County grand jury also charged some individuals with violent crimes that included attempted armed robbery and murder. That's never good. Both Young Thug and Ghana have been denied bond multiple times. Not only has the case arrived under the specter of a 60% rise in violent crime in Atlanta, which Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis has promised to fight, but it has reverberated throughout the hip-hop community, where many have argued that this trial is but the last instance of the criminal justice system unfairly tying rappers to violent crime through their art. So they're basically saying he sung about it. He said he did this. We're charging him with it. They probably have more evidence than that, though.
I filed this. This was filed on the 22nd of November. So
who was involved? Okay, 27 other associates. There's the number. There's the answer, Ginger. It identifies Young Thug and 27 other associates as members of the criminal street gang YSL, or Young Slim Life.
All right, thank you, sir.
He's the founder of the gang, which was founded in 2012.
Where are you, Mr. Sledge?
He's affiliated with the National Bloods gang.
Do we have an attorney yet, Mr. Hoover?
Okay, so that's who it is.
Is that right? Yes, Your Honor. Okay.
Okay, I'm falling behind on chat. Just one second. January is a really busy month for trials. It is. It's going to be insane. We're going to need to have like 4 screens going at once.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Let's see.
Shannon Stillwell.
Tag's here. Tag. You're late. You have to do exclamation point late. It's a requirement.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Antonio.
My bingo card doesn't have this many ponytails on it.
Okay, all right, thank you, sir. All right.
I think this is the biggest courtroom they have. Excuse me. This is a big courtroom.
Okay, I've taken roll.
I think we're going to have to wait and see the notes from Sarah Boone's case as soon as that happens today, as soon as they file it.
Ms. Rosenwasser, I will,
Tiffany, it's your birthday today, isn't it?
The time is about 10:50.
I don't know if I can sing Happy Birthday again. I just, it's not in me today.
11:20, and I can check in with you at that point in time. I'll come back out, and you can, you as well as other counsel can go ahead and tell me what.
But happy birthday. Happy birthday, Tiffany.
What arrangements or agreements you have come.
Is Young Thug his legal name?
In regards to the experts.
His legal name is...
what I'm hoping, or if you are...
Maybe.
Then we can maybe reorder some of these witnesses, like especially your gang expert, since they may take a little bit of time. And I have a question. Why is Mr. Viverito testifying via video conference?
Your Honor, that was, I spoke to the court about that at the hearing on November 17th. I asked the court if there was if there was a witness who had pre-planned travel plans, if we could do her via video conference.
Okay, yes, you did.
We filed that motion. Only defendant Kitchens objected, and he is no longer on this case.
That's, yeah, okay, I got it. I remember that, madam. Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Okay,
Let's see.
let me go ahead and recess then so you all can chat. And like I said, I'll come back on.
Carol, I agree.
at
Some of these
20
cases are really hard to
20
deal
minutes
with.
after
Yeah,
they're
we see
about, so we
some
can go
pretty
ahead
crazy
and
stuff.
continue our discussions,
Luckily,
okay? So we're in recess.
a lot of the really bad stuff doesn't come down on our level. We don't get to see it. It doesn't come across the stream, and so we don't have to deal with it as badly as they did. But the professionals that have to deal with it, man, they deserve some time off. Aside from gifting the gun to the boy and running from the law in the aftermath, did Crumbly parents do anything else? No. Didn't they also have burner phones? I think they had some burner phones. They did definitely run. Young Thug is a stripper name. He's collecting unemployment. Hopefully it's enough to pay for his lawyer and his lawyer's ponytail. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else toxic on Sarah Boone's appearance today, which we know from her letter to the judge, she has made it clear that she wants to be present at. Nope. Okay. Is there some number of measures from a copyrighted song which you can play before being demonetized? What's that threshold? There isn't really. There, depending on how you use it, you have to look at the fair use law, which basically says that someone can use copyrighted material without the consent of the copyright holder for a specific purpose, where they're doing a reaction, like a reaction type video, or things would be approved. But it's not a blanket case. You can't just say, because I'm going to react to this video, I'm going to share this video. How much of the video you use is important. You have to be providing additional content and changing the delivery somewhat. Not as far as you don't have to change the screen, but you have to give them more than just me replaying somebody else's content. So I have to do analysis. I have to put your comments on the screen. I have to put my comments on there. And that has to be fairly consistent. If I were to just take someone else's feed and play it on my channel, I would get a copyright strike for sure. And most of the time, just an interesting note on the YouTube side anyway, even if something is copyrighted and I play it, usually the copyright holder will say, hey, that's mine, and it's not a problem. It's not a mark against my channel, but any ad revenue that video picks up will go to them. And that's just a way of they can collect the revenue for their work. So that happens. The frustrating part is when a company like a Spanish television station, Univision, claims a video that is not copyrighted by them, and then I have to fight that, which they did when they claimed the verdict in the case the other day. So, yes, it's on hold. Back to a grand jury decision for the Crumblies. It'll be interesting. If this goes forward, it could change, how gun crimes are prosecuted in the future. This is bizarre with the parents. If this goes forward, that granted there is some connection there with culpability based on their actions that seems to be stronger than just being the parents of someone who commits a crime, but it might open the door to more of this. Generally 5 seconds, you're probably good, but even just a brief bit can be tagged, and every time you use someone's copyrighted material, the ultimate decision on whether or not it is fair use or not has to be determined by a judge in court. So I can't say that I use that fair use, I'm exempt, you can't sue me. Every time I use someone's stuff, I'm opening myself up to the possibility of being sued, to have that determined whether or not it was fair use or not in court. So that's why I play carefully in that arena. But generally the short clips you get away with. Weather Watch, can you make it stop blowing around over here? I'm good. No more Siberian wind. Make it stop any time now. Let's see. There have not been any objections on his name. Kremlitz gave their mentally ill son a gun, didn't take him from school the day knowing he had access to a gun, lied to school about having to go back to work and more. Yep. What does monetize mean? I know it means earning revenue, but what does it mean regarding YouTube? MB, monetized, to be monetized, there are a couple things your channel has to have. It has to be in good standing from a legal standpoint, so you can't have violations where you're showing something that YouTube doesn't allow. And there are certain types of videos that YouTube doesn't allow. One of them is the type that appeared in the Young Thug hearing when they got Zoom bombed. So you can't have any of that. You have to have a certain number of subscribers. You have to have at least 1,000 subscribers. And you also have to have within the last 90 days, you have to have 5,000 watch hours or 4,000 watch hours. And it seems like a lot, but just to give you an idea, on this channel, the first week I started live streaming, I picked up over 5,000 watch hours and 2,000 subscribers in about a week period, which was very quick. And so I feel incredibly blessed. You guys are amazing. It does also mean that there's an ad. Typically, I try to make it a skippable ad because every time I create a video, I have to go in and turn off certain advertising. So every time I post a live, I have to go in manually and say, don't play ads that they can't skip. And so I try to make all the ads skippable because I don't like sitting through ads. But on the flip side, it does generate a little bit of revenue for me as people watch the videos after the fact. Yes, if you have YouTube Red or Premium, you can skip the ads. And then that guy, here's an interesting thing. If you have YouTube Premium, or if you pay for that YouTube Red subscription, you miss the ad. But some of your subscription money, depending on what you watch and how much you watch, actually does go to the creator. So I get a little bit of revenue if you have YouTube Premium and watch my channel, and you don't get any ads. And it all works great. Okay, so we have nothing as far as video from the courtroom. I'm not seeing anything, and we might just have to wait. We might just have to go ahead and wrap it for this morning and say we'll keep an eye out for car chases or something bizarre happening elsewhere in the country, and maybe I can just drink my Theraflu or whatever it is and rest. Yep, Young Thug. I'm not seeing that one yet either. Okay, it looks like they at least got a placeholder for Young Thug now on as that hearing's about to begin. I wonder if he's going to take a plea deal. We might be able to stick around for that. Abby, you're late. Go ahead and type !late in chat just to see how late you are. My area in Utah is known for east winds with gusts of 100 miles per hour once or twice a year, but today is calm here. Well, many of your addicts seem to have borrowed my wind. Yeah, that is a crazy east wind you guys get. Okay. Carrie Lake Trail's on today? I sound stuffed up really badly. Not croup. I haven't had any. My throat's fine as far as that goes. It's just my nose, just got smashed by a truck. If you, there we go. Charlie showed you how to type it there, and if you type it, my username will respond with how long ago you should have been here. Let's see. You should rest. Yes. But let me see what's this Carrie Lake trial? Is it already up? I can hear the rain starting outside, which is not good because the kids are still out playing. Okay, that's the election lawsuit. I was following that yesterday just a little bit. Let's see. It seemed like one of the lawyers in there that was presenting information yesterday sort of was not experienced in making arguments. Like he knew the right words, but it seemed sort of like the court was very loose as far as the rulings. Debbie says, I'm lurking. Hello, beautiful people. Won't be typing. Debbie, hope you're feeling great. Hope your eyes get all the rest you need and your vision comes back. It's clear and perfect as ever. Thank you so much for being here. And a shout out at the same time, a shout out to JB, who also left me a message last night. Let me just tell you. JB up in Canada says, let's see. What she wants. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can play this. I'm trying again to get this audio to play, and I might have to bring a cable. Let's see. Let me go find a cable, which means you get a little bit of music as I hunt for a cable. Give me just 1 second. So I have misplaced a cable, a very important cable. We're going to try to make this work anyway.
Wish you and your family.
Here we go.
Hi, recovery addict. This is JB calling. I just phoned to wish you and your family safe and happy holidays. And a shout out to Debbie to get better. And to all the addicts to have a safe and happy holidays. And I think it was Tom, I'm not sure, but he made a mention about tripping outside, and I moved my extension cord so I wouldn't. Tell him thank you. And everyone have a safe and happy holiday. And I'll watch you today, and I guess you'll be off. And enjoy, everyone. Thank you. Bye.
So wonderful message from JB, and then we also, I think we've got one from Bella, if we can play that one. Let's see if that'll work. Oh, I don't know why it does this. It keeps switching over to a different speaker. So we'll fix it, and then we'll go back and connect it again.
This is Bella. Good morning, true crime addicts. This is Bella, a.k.a. Randy in Fort Myers, Florida. Just wanting to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. I'm running around like a mad lady today trying to get some cookies baked before I'm off to work. But Scott had mentioned that no shows before Christmas. So just wanted to reach out, wish everyone a Merry Christmas. And yes, hug everybody you love. Merry Christmas. Bye.
Awesome, Bella and JB. Thank you very much for the Christmas wishes and for wishing all the other addicts a happy holiday season as well. Charlie says, recovery addict, could you tell Weather Watch and Debbie I apologize for whatever made them block me? I never see their messages. Oh, Charlie, did you block them? I don't know why you would never see their messages. I'm not sure, but I'll pass the apology on. Good to have you here, Charlie. Let's see. Great, your cable is lost. My fault today. It is Weather Watch. I was about to ask you where it is. just for your information, it's a 1/8" jack, like a headphone jack on one side, and it's a tip ring sleeve, and the other side is a tip ring sleeve. So it's a TRS to a TRRS plug. And what it does is it allows me to connect the audio output of my phone, which has a microphone feature, to the audio input of my sound machine. But we got the Bluetooth to work eventually, so we're good. I'll let you off the hook. You can go back to fixing the weather. Hi, late to class. SB status hearing scheduled for 10:45. I know, Patty, we're sort of trying to hold off to see if something will happen. If we somehow will get a, hey, Mrs. R.A., how are you doing? What? Mrs. R.A. says, as we've been working together, her and I, mostly her, to work on the membership perks, she said, what sort of perks would you like? If you wanted to be a member of the channel, which obviously is always going to be free. You can always come here and watch for free, and that will be great. But if you did want to be a paying member of the channel, which just would allow me to continue what I'm doing, and there are some that will and some that won't, and I love you all anyway. Either way, what perks would you like? Is there a special perk that would be important for you? What does the wrench mean, or stand for, says Carol Martin? The wrench means that they are one of our amazing mods. Shonda, Toxic, Weatherwatch, Katrina, Abby. We've got quite a few just amazing mods. Some are scattered all over the country. We have some in the United States. We have some in the UK. We have some actually in Australia as well. And what that enables me to have is every time we go live, there's usually 1, 2, 3, sometimes 6 available to help sort of patrol the chat and keep it a clean, safe, civil place where we can all get together and have fun. Let's see. Yes, I'm ready for some Vicks Vapor Rub. We might have to take a break. I'm gonna stick it out until at least this Sarah Boone thing starts, because I know as soon as I end the live stream, it'll be like, oh, it's on live now. So maybe I should end it now. Hey, Libcom. All right, I'm going back to my Idaho case. Good luck, Libcom. If you find anything on that case, please let me know. Everyone's watching that one. Let's see. Any update on the Sarah debacle? We're waiting for that lady Trish, right? Sorry, I just got some notifications. We're waiting for Lady Trisha. We're waiting for Sarah Boone's update right now. I think her time is 10:45 a.m. that the hearing begins. So if we get an update, then we'll let you know here. Someone special has made it. It's Debbie, says Weatherwatch. Okay, late with an explanation. Good. We'll take excuses. We'll take excuses, Sandra. Yeehaw! That was awful. Oh my goodness. The cat song is the best song. I do like that one. Warflare says late, but I've been here. We'll take it. Moonshiner's song. Good morning. Creeping in a bit late. I tripped over my entire bowl of Cheerios all over my lap when I went to type to Katrina, and that was all me. No doggy involved. Suzanne, I'm sorry. That's an awful morning. Don't cry over spilled milk, though. Right? It's in the past. Have you guys watched the Courtney Clenny interview? It's bizarre. First of all, it's bizarre. She's her behavior's, it's more in line with what I might expect with someone who say it's different than Sarah Boone. Let's put it that way. But she has these like 10-second bursts of crying, and then switches to praying, and then crying and praying, and then everything's fine, and crying and praying. She's like all over the place, which could be consistent with going through a very traumatic event. But as she's in there in the courtroom, or in the interrogation room, the investigators they don't tell her that her boyfriend is dead. Although I think they knew early on. They keep saying, we'll have someone check, we'll find out for you type thing. And they do most of the interview. And then at the very end, they let her know that he didn't make it. Well, before they let her know that he didn't make it, the dad, her dad, apparently found out what was going on and that she was, where she was. And he sent a lawyer. And it was the first time the lawyer has ever met her. Okay. So this lawyer shows up and she's like so they take a little break. They go and talk in the other room. Then they come back in the interrogation room, and he's there as well. And that's when the interrogation pretty much stops at that point. The lawyer's there. She's not going to be talking much more, but they do tell her that her boyfriend did not survive. And she breaks down, cries, and she looks at her lawyer, and she's like, "Can I have a hug? Is that allowed?" And this lawyer is like, "Yeah." And he gets up to try to hug her, and then she like completely like ghosts him. Instead, like head down on the table. Never mind. So he's like awkwardly patting her leg, just like it is the most bizarre, awkward, cringe type moment I've ever seen. But it's crazy. We'll probably see that. And of course, she's wearing at this point in the interrogation, she's wearing a hazmat suit from the CSI crime truck, because the clothing that she was wearing was taken as evidence. And so she goes from wearing next to nothing to one of the least flattering outfits available to mankind in that zip-up paper suit. Let's see. Good grief, it's cold. No court yet. Courtney Clenny interview sucked. It was 1 hour of interrogation and 3 hours of her sitting there by herself. Yeah, I had to zip through a little bit of it. It took so long. And I mean, I think she actually did fall asleep. I mean, I legitimately think she fell asleep at one point. It was very weird to watch. But the lawyer, her new lawyer, that came in and introduced himself and was trying to comfort her. He's like, "Hey, don't worry about him. Don't worry about Christian. It's in the past." He's like, it's the whole Lion King thing. It doesn't matter. It's in the past. We're just worried about you now. And she's like, "He's dead," sort of thing. He's never come back. And there's this whole when she's like doing her little praying segments, she's like, "Please God, don't take him from me. Don't take Christian from me," is basically what she's saying. But you have to realize you, Courtney, had more impact on where Christian is right now. But she doesn't see it that way. Another member idea, a lawful law sticker. I do like the sticker idea. I've used a company in the past for stickers that just did a really good job quality-wise. And I think quality is important. I don't like doing anything halfway. Let's see. So what were there any other ideas I missed here? Let's see. Hey, whoa. I missed Mrs. RA in chat saying Merry Christmas, everyone. I missed that. I saw you guys replying to her. I'm like, where's my wife? But there she is. Merry Christmas to you as well. Homeschool Ground Zero, Mrs. RA. It's so great to have you here. Free metal detector. I do have one to give away, but it's a piece of junk. I wouldn't wish that on my enemy. Charlie Peterson now has a wrench. Congratulations on your promotion. Check the judge's court stream. Should we see if something's up in Knoxville? Nothing in Young Thug yet. So we've got one from 2 hours ago. Let me just scroll through. It's only 11 minutes long. That's just a single appearance. Let's try the one from 13 hours ago. Ooh, this is a long one. Okay, we'll pull this one up just a little bit.
What's your name?
Julia Miles.
This is from 13 hours ago, the Knoxville, Tennessee live stream of the magistrate's first appearance for these individuals that were arrested. All suspects are innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law. MB said, "I'd become a member. No perks needed. You're the perk." That's awesome. But I'd want to give something in return. I want you to have some value there.
Been charged with theft of merchandise valued up to $1,000. That would be a Class A misdemeanor. Convicted. You understand what you're charged with?
Yes.
Would you like me to read the allegations?
No.
Okay,
She's like, "No, I know what happened."
Attorney, I can appoint one. Would you like me to do that?
Gavel's next to your name. Yes, there will be. We were looking at that already. An objection sticker.
Raise your right hand and be sworn in.
Okay,
This is
Mrs.
the
R.A.,
uniform
can you keep
affidavit
these
of
notes?
indigency that you filled out of the jail. You swear or affirm that everything you filled out on this form, any testimony you give is true and accurate?
Yes.
Thank you.
You have special marker by the person
You have
named
a
to
job?
denote members, member emojis, and special
Yes.
members only lives.
At KFC,
How much do you make?
$13.50 an hour.
Any property, a house, or car that you own?
No.
We have 2 miles at your north.
Any other forms of income or of assets?
Let's see.
No.
Oh, man, Sherry. A week hospitalized with
You
RSV.
live in Knoxville?
Yes.
How long you lived here?
I'm glad you're
All
back.
right.
You have family
Hopefully you're
here?
feeling better.
Yes.
Laura wants gavels. Let's see. I see I'm not the only one who's
My
late.
mom,
No,
my
it's okay.
kids,
You could be
my
late.
brothers, sisters, grandparents, aunts, uncles.
Is there anybody that would vouch for your reliability to show up in court?
Yeah, my mom.
Let's see. How do you miss Mrs. R.A.? I missed Mrs. R.A., Monica. She just snuck in, quiet-like, and then wished everyone a Merry Christmas. I'm not even sure she's still
I'm
here.
gonna set the bond at $750.
Let's see.
As a condition of that bond, should you post it, you stay off the premises of all Knoxville County TJ Maxx locations.
Ooh, she stole from TJ Maxx, allegedly.
Stores.
Less than $1,000 from TJ Maxx.
And it says something about BOP on there.
Yeah, I was gonna check in.
That's because, but I just recently got taken off of supervised probation, so.
When you say recent, how recent do you mean?
Like in September.
Yeah, I think there's a new VOP that's more recent than that. Do you have a VOP perhaps? It's my.
Okay, I don't think we're going to get to see Sarah Boone today. It's supposed to start in minutes, and it's not happening.
So I'm going to set this. Yes.
Okay.
So let me backtrack a little bit. So you also have an alleged violation of probation, and the state is alleging that you're placed on probation for theft on April 5th of this year for 11 months, 29 days, and that you willfully violated the lawful conditions of your probation by failure to appear in court or for compliance review on November 28th, and failure to pay costs and restitution in full, and failure to report to supervised probation on that same date, November 28th. And one of our sessions judges has ordered that you be held without bond for the resolution of alleged violation. You understand what's going on there?
No, see, you said on November 28th I was supposed to show up for probation.
I didn't say that. I did not say that. I said the state is alleging that.
Those are some pretty long eyelashes.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, no, I was not supposed to. I wasn't supposed to appear in probation because they took me off of supervised probation at my last court date. Prior to that,
I don't. That might all be true, but that's something you'll have to take up with the judge, and I'll give you a court date. You do have a violation of probation, and specifically, I'm going to set this in felony court on December 28th. That's the next time it's open. I'm sorry. That's next Wednesday.
Okay.
In felony court.
Charlie, if I didn't know better, I think you had some military experience in your past.
You won't be able to make those bonds, so the judge can reconsider them, can readdress them at that time. Let's see. I think you said you had George Pettigrew for an attorney.
So we have another 16 minutes until Sarah Boone's hearing. So there's a chance a live stream might pop on. We'll stick around for it. It might happen.
The VOP is issued on a case that is marked as closed. The doctor, I think they just used the wrong. I think they used. No, it's not. No, never mind. Used to have 2 of them in 1.6.
Shay.
Yeah, it is up there.
What's happening? Let's see.
Okay,
Back here.
and it's open. And it looks like you are represented by an attorney named George Pettigrew.
Good to have you here,
I
Shay.
will appoint Mr. Pettigrew to represent you in this case as well. I'm going to waive the administrative fee that we normally assess for the appointment of counsel because it's already been assessed in a pending case. Mr. Pettigrew's telephone number is 423-259-0712.
Walmart does feature
Running
prominently
in private
in a lot of
court
these live
date, which is
streams.
going to be December 28th. And that's all I have for you.
MB says, I'm taking notes for how to be a better wife from Mrs. RA. She is amazing. I love her. This, the one that we're watching right now, Arkansas, is all of the first appearances. So these will be anything from like a simple assault, theft, all the way up through, quite a few felony type things. So, so it's just all over. It's just whoever got arrested in the last few hours. Fun fact, TJ Maxx is called TK Maxx over here, and as we already had a store called TJ Hughes, and they wanted to avoid confusion. Wow. That's like Burger King down in Australia. They call it like Hungry Jack's or something. For the same reason, they had another company with the same name. Lucy, I won't leave. We're going to stick around. If you see a feed come through, because I'm not seeing one available yet, if you see anybody saying they're going to be streaming the Boone hearing, please let me know so we can jump on. And Sarah could request, but Florida is really like a shall allow state when it comes to cameras in the courtroom, unless there's and the judge really has the decision. So if it were a situation where there was
you have been charged with
children involved, where there's a lot of sensitive issues and stuff like that, then the judge would probably close it to cameras. But there's no reason to do that in this case. So I believe it will move forward this way. I mean, she doesn't like the cameras being there, but at this point, they're the only people that will listen to her.
You've also been charged with drug paraphernalia. That would be a Class A misdemeanor convicted. You understand what you're charged with? Would you like me to read the allegations?
Oh, sure.
Oh, you can get some allegations. Here we go.
This incident occurred on or about Wednesday, December 21st, 2022 at 12:37 a.m. at Oak Ridge Highway. On that date, time, and location, I, being the officer who swore out the warrant, observed a silver Hyundai traveling on Oak Ridge Highway with an expired Tennessee drive-out registration, and I observed the tag light was not functioning. I conducted a traffic stop, Oak Ridge Highway at Shod Road, where I came in contact with the driver, Troy Cunningham, Blake McCord, and Alexis Rose. A records check revealed Alexis to have an outstanding warrant out of Anderson County for possession of drug paraphernalia with a $10,000 bond. Alexis was taken into custody without incident. Alexis stated to officers that she was in possession of methamphetamine located inside of her purse. A search of the purse resulted in a scale, multiple needles, several empty plastic bags, and 2 bags containing a crystal-like substance weighing 3.55 grams and 7.87 grams of methamphetamine. Alexis was read her Miranda rights and then escorted to my patrol vehicle. Troy and Blake were both released from the scene with a verbal warning for the violation. While waiting for the transportation wagon, I began to speak with Alexis.
This is a transportation wagon.
She understood her Miranda rights and agreed to speak with officers. I informed Alexis that she would be searched again at the detention facility and that if she took contraband into the facility that she would get another charge. Alexis informed
well, this is going. I'm connected with Weather Watch
of her pants.
as we speak, so give me just a minute. It's going to take a second to get the audio set up, Weather Watch, because I've changed things a bit on my end. That's my fault.
Light-grade powder consistent with heroin weighing approximately 7.9 grams.
Just make sure you don't have any music in the background.
Purchased the narcotics this morning. Alexis was in possession of large quantities of methamphetamine and heroin, along with scales and several empty small plastic bags. With my training and experience, I believe it more probable than not that Alexis is involved in the promotion and sales of illegal narcotics. Alexis was transported to the detention facility without further incident. The narcotics will be placed in the narcotics locker at the city-county building. This occurred in Knoxville County, Tennessee.
Okay, Weather Watch, can you give me a quick sound check?
First is that you have the right to remain silent. No one can force you to make any statements. Any that you make voluntarily can be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, I can appoint one for you. And you have the right to a preliminary hearing.
Yep.
As a
Okay, I can hear you. Let me bring it down. Let's see if we can get Weather Watch on here instead of the Knoxville stream, because it might just be a little bit more interesting. And I've only got one video, so I can't bring your share screen on unless it replaces you. So let's
Yes, please.
let's switch to 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present Weather Watch, who is here live out of Texas, right? The last known holdout of warm weather. Can you hear me still? It was so close. It was so close. Okay, so Weather Watch, you're listening to the YouTube stream audio. So you're delayed by about 15 seconds. So you're probably going to be talking now.
I'm getting both. I'm getting both feeds in my headset. Not sure how I can pull that out on my end.
On the YouTube stream, go hover over the video and just mute the video within the browser, and then see if you can just get the Zoom audio.
There we go. That's better.
Awesome. Everyone's saying hello. What have you got for us other than a big apology?
Well, there's not a whole lot with the weather. Everyone already kind of knows what's going on. There's snow and it's freezing everywhere. But I figured since I was blessed or cursed with the internet and with today's events, I better pop in and at least say hi to everybody.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's going to be a rough weekend for you with all this going on. But at least you're not sick, right? You don't sound stuffed up or got a head cold like half the rest of us.
I actually woke up this morning not feeling the best with a little scratchy throat. So I don't know if I caught it from the chat over the last few days or not.
Yeah, some of those coughers were pretty bad in some of those courtrooms. But awesome. So tell me a little bit from the predictions, is it going to be as bad as they say it's going to be?
So there's conflicting models as usual, which is the norm. Most people were really threatened about the snow coverage and thought it was just going to be, feet and feet were the snow. The big one for this is just the cold. There are areas in the country that we're seeing below 0 temperatures from wind chill that they haven't seen in over 40 years. Even some areas where they haven't even seen temperatures this low before, period. So that's really going to be the biggest threat. Further out east, besides the snow, it's going to be more of the freezing rain effect for areas that don't typically see that in the wintertime.
Okay, and that's when you said further out east, that's when my ears perked up, because that's where I am, out in eastern North Carolina. Tell me, am I going to be safe? I realize the beach is out of the question already. It's already raining where I'm at. But is it going to be icy roads? Do I have to head to the store now?
So for you, it depends. There's a low-level system kind of over you. And if it gets a little bit closer over towards that front that's blowing in, that'll produce more snow out over Michigan and all those areas, and you won't get as much of that freezing rain. If that low level stays over there on the coast, there's a good chance you will get some of that ice and that freezing rain kind of in your area. Okay.
Well, I guess I've gone this far in life without having it, so I deserve at least one freezing rainstorm. So that's not, I shouldn't complain, really. It's been bad. Yes, I think it was the chat, says Dallas. It must be the chat. Everyone's getting sick. Maybe I should wear a mask when I'm talking so I don't spread it to you guys.
That's fair enough. There's a couple questions in chat that I'll touch on if you'd like.
Sure.
Last Poet says, will Texas avoid a blackout this freeze? Interesting enough, anyone in Texas knows last year what happened to us about the grid going down. So officials this year have claimed that the grid is in great shape and we're prepared for anything that's going to happen. Here in Texas, we're not going to see the snow and the ice and everything like we saw last year. It's primarily just going to be freezing cold. The big effects for power outages are a lot of heavy moisture, that ice and that snow in the area. The wind can potentially cause something to happen, but we're in better shape this year than last year.
That's cool. Read out the next one. I'll put it up, whatever you just see who it is, and I'll throw it on screen.
Yeah, Cake Spoo, what's causing this weather? So this one was interesting. Up in Siberia, which is home to some of the coldest weather in the world, had an extreme high pressure system move in which caused all their cold to get shoved south, moving through Canada here into the US. Now, That's the reason for the cold and the winds that are coming through. The snow is a cause because there's a storm system that was out in front of it, similar to a system for that tornado outbreak last week or the week before. So when those are colliding, that's where we're getting the snow effect. So this is actually two separate systems kind of coming together with the wind, the cold, and then the snow.
Okay. Let's see. Now's your chance to get a personal weather forecast. So you've got to ask now. Well, we've got them on the live stream.
Yeah, ask away. Let's see. Will Michigan see 12 inches of snow from Michelle Johnson? Great question. So Michigan is definitely under the gun for snow. Now, the factors, depending on what part of Michigan you're in, the western side of Michigan has the greatest chance to see the highest amount of snow, whether that's 8 to 12 inches or so. As you go further east into the state, they're looking at maybe something from 4 to 8 inches. But again, it all kind of depends on how these systems play out over the next 12, 24, and 36 hours.
All right, and Lil Miss, you've got to say where you're at for Weather Watch to give you the update on what time the crappy weather's coming. I think everyone's got some crappy weather. It's just how crappy will it get, right?
That is spot on. Everyone's going to have some crappy weather. For example, I'm 2 hours north of Dallas here in Texas. We had no snow or real ice in our forecast. But early this morning, we had snow flurries come in. We had a light bit of freezing rain come in on top of all that wind. So we got a little bit more than what we were expecting, although it wasn't bad.
Okay, and Weather Watch is in Utah. Did the Rocky Mountains protect them on this storm? How are they looking?
That's 100% correct. The way this system came from up north and came down, that rocky ridge kept everything to the east side of it for the most part. So that's why if you were in parts of Nevada, central Southern California, Arizona, southern Utah, even southwestern New Mexico, that's why they're kind of protected from this massive wind and cold event that's kind of blowing through.
Okay. And if you do want to share your screen, you can. It will just replace your face on the screen. I can't have you both on right now, just the way I've rigged up my system. So I know we tested that in the past.
Yeah. It still says disabled on my end.
That's because I disabled it on your end. Sorry. Give me a second here. Let's I need to change that default. Zoom, let's see. Advanced sharing options. We're going to say all participants can share. So fire away.
Bada boom. And I remember we like to do a window, not the tab here.
Yeah.
So let's see if this one. Let's see how this works for you, Scott.
I'll change the view and make it a little bit better. Hang on just 1 second. Yeah, let's see.
See, Tish, doesn't look like you'll have too much to worry about in Northern California and San Francisco other than earthquakes.
Yeah, which aren't able to be forecasted very effectively yet.
That is correct. Absolutely.
So somebody was asking, where's the coldest? Let's see, who was asking this? I see Dallas saying, weather forecast for Germany and Europe. A little bit different. Does your radar go that far?
Yeah, my radar Omega setup doesn't quite get me out there for anything that can really be beneficial. So.
Oh man. So Lexi was asking, what's the coldest area of the U.S. right now? Real temp in Kansas is -6.
So I don't have real temps set up, but it's going to be, this is the region that you're going to be looking at when it comes to preserved temperatures, which is what many call, that real feel that accounts for the wind chill and things like that coming in. So those are the areas right now. I saw this morning when I first checked, I want to say in the southwestern side of North Dakota, I saw 63 below reading that came through, which was pretty wild to see.
Wow. Say that again. How much below?
63 below. And for all of our friends abroad, that's in Fahrenheit.
Wow. That's cold in Celsius as well, even after the conversion.
Yeah, exactly. It's absolutely freezing. So that's the biggest thing. Again, like I said early on, a lot of these extremely low temperatures are creeping into areas that have not really felt that before. Again, specific to my spot in North Texas, sure, in the wintertime we've hit single digit temps and it's even fallen below, but this afternoon, my area is supposed to feel around 18 to 20 below, which is something we haven't experienced in our area in years.
So everyone's going to be freezing, but how long is this going to last? Is this going to just push out quickly? Is it like a day or two and then we're done? Or, what's on the forecast, a week out?
Yeah, so basically as this front pulls into your area, you're going to see freezing and below freezing temperatures for at least a couple days. If not, I want to say probably around 3 days. Again, the further east you are, like your area, Scott, you're not really going to see the freezing temps as long, even though you'll experience it. But those that are right here kind of in the central US, you're looking at a 3 to potentially 4 day period where you're going to be at freezing or below.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a long time to be cold. It's make sure you're prepared now. If you haven't, now is the time. Your last minute. Crazy. Ann, beautiful weather here in Oregon yesterday. Yes, it looks like you escaped it. It's fantastic on the West Coast, I think. Let's see. Abby, you sent me an email about the streaming app. I'm familiar with that app. I don't use it because I have hardware that I use instead of software. But it does. That guy says, Recover Addicts on Zoom. He's about to connect. This is available for other people who want to connect. Obviously, we can't leave it open for everybody, but we might use this for many other people. Let's see. Any other questions we need to answer here, Weather Watch, while we've got you on?
Let me see. Laura says, is that my Weather Watch? That's me, Laura. Hi there.
Yep, there you are.
Let's see. Let me scroll back up through chat, see if I missed anything. Yep. Joseph, will there be in snow in South Africa? It's Christmas time at all. That I can't answer to that one. I'm sorry. Let's see. MB says, is that system heading towards Iowa or away? Please say away. My hubby and I are driving today. So MB, the good thing is the snowfall portion of the storm is heading out east. So you might see flurries and things, as I do see some lines kind of moving through Iowa as of a few minutes ago. But as far as potential blizzard conditions and things like that, it's much more in the clear than if you were further east. Let's see. I think that's about... Let's see, Samantha Terry says, I wonder if Weather Watch storm chases, how exciting. So I do if it's local. I'm not like Vince Welty and Brandon Kopic and all those guys that you might see that are teamed up with Ryan Hall. I just don't have the means really to do so. But if it is local, I do like to chase. And at the very least, I will go out and spot. That's kind of where my expertise was through Skywar 9 and storm spotting, just so that way I can relay what they call ground truth back into local media about what's kind of happening in the area that maybe can't be seen on radar or things like that.
Well, that's cool. That's awesome. Thank you very much, Weather Watch, for popping in. I realize you have a busy day with both the weather and the internet. So sorry to dump that on you today.
That's
but,
right.
Glad we could bring you on a little bit. Just an update right now, the Sarah Boone case, we are not seeing any live streams on that. It should be starting right now, 3 minutes ago, and we're not seeing it. This is one we're going to have to follow on the paperwork trail first and then go back and see what happens. We'll have to look at that possibly later today. We might have an update. But it will be interesting to see if the withdrawal motion is accepted by the judge. But right now, I'm about ready to make a motion to withdraw the weather, send it back up to Siberia. How do we do that? Who do I file that motion with to get that happen?
That's a good one. I agree with whoever said something in chat earlier. Let's keep the gavels away because Tag has a tendency to throw them. I'm worried about getting hit by one or two myself.
Tag and Lara both, I think, have thrown a few in their day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Laura says, Weather Watch, I have a question for you. How can I get in touch with you? Do you have a means of contact that you're willing to share or set up here?
If you would like to text Scott on the burner, Scott, it's okay if you want to share my information with Laura through that means. That's fine.
Sounds good. I'll pass it on.
Okay, awesome.
All right. Well, wonderful. Thank you very much. I'll let you go and get back to the hard work of keeping the internet running first and then the weather second. So.
All right. Thanks so much for having me on. And Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all the lovely addicts in this awesome community.
Thanks to you. Same to you and your wife.
All right. Thanks
We'll
so much. All right. Bye.
All right. Weather Watch. Awesome friend of the program. I'm so glad he could jump on. I realize he's the most hated man in America right now. But realize he's got a lot of work on his plate. He's doing the best he can, trying to steer the storm out of each of your backyards. Let's see. Great to see you in person. Yeah, he's a great guy. I got to see meet his wife earlier a couple days ago, and we were doing some testing to line up how this was going to work and make sure all the audio was working. So I'm glad we were able to connect. Do you think the male guests on the MB says, do you think the male guests on the show are cute? Yeah, we do have I could tell you that about almost 70% of the viewers on the channel here are of the female persuasion, which is great. Generally, it means I'm surrounded by really smart people who have good questions, so I love it. Thank you, Weather Watch. You made my heart rest a little easier, says MB. Keeping our cattle in a hollow with bedding and hay, Paula. Yeah, getting ready for the storm. Let's see. Weather Watch can also be contacted on the Discord tag. Yes, he does have a tag over there. You can reach him through that as well. But if you need me to forward something on, I can. MB says, KQD, what's your pick of? I can tell you what that is because I'm familiar with it. It is a troll like from Norwegian folklore or Scandinavian folklore. I still think Recovery Addicts should host Forensic Files. Oh, who do I need to talk to make that happen? All right, so without the court case popping up, this was the last thing we were waiting for. We're here for my voice. My voice is almost gone. My nose is completely non-functional at this point, so it's a little rough. But give me a day or two, we'll get better. But having said that, it is December 22nd. We'll probably do a morning stream tomorrow morning, December 23rd. I'll say plan on that. But the 24th and the 25th, I don't anticipate doing anything live. If something happens in the news, if we have a crazy chase or something, we'll be on briefly to follow that. But this is an exciting time of year for us and our family. We have a lot of traditions and things that we want to do that make it sort of hard to keep a live stream going at the same time. So as much as I'd like to bring you along for all of our crazy traditions and the cookie making and everything else that maybe we'll have some pictures and be able to share, I'm super excited to spend some great time with my family. And hopefully I'm feeling great during that and all of them as well. But thanks for anytime, Weather Watch. Let me know anytime you want to pop on. We appreciate you being here. Let's see what else we have. It pops from 70 to freezing too much for my babies to climatize. Wesley the donkey is 17, so he's getting up there. That's a huge change. That is so fast. Let's see. When I wore a younger band's clothes, Billy Joel, I had a CB license, hence KQD0882. My CB handle was the troll, and my icon is a troll. That's awesome. Weather Watch has his own text channel on the Discord. He does. Okay. So the wife and I, Mrs. RA and I are working on a few things, merchandise as well as some membership options for you guys if you want to participate. Obviously, you don't have to and don't feel like you need to. You being here is enough, and I love each one of you for being part of the show and what you do and bring to the channel. But we do want to bring that because a lot of people have asked for it, and we're excited about that. It might help us keep going and doing what we love to do. Which I might say, I can echo Ryan Hall, y'all. This is the greatest job in the world. And talking with you guys is fantastic. I love it. I love doing it every day. I do hope that next time I do it, I feel a little bit better. And that I don't sound so stuffed up. Because I don't know if I could talk very well right now. Merry Christmas and Happy Sheep's Head. Hey, TW, good luck on your game. Hopefully you have reports of many wins. Hey, Addicts, any updates on Boone? Jenny says, Jenny says that. I like that name. Jenny, the case is not being streamed. At least this hearing is not being streamed. This hearing is supposed to address a couple issues. Mainly, the judge wants to know if both sides are ready to proceed with the court case on the 30th. And we know already from one of the filings from Mr. Bankiewicz on Sarah's side, her sixth public defender, that he wants off the case. He wants the judge to release him from the case and assign somebody else to it, which, if he does, will cause a delay. But we're dying to find out what the answer is there. Let's see. Everyone have safe travel and get well soon. Merry Christmas to everyone. I think tomorrow we'll be able to cover what happened because there was some filings on the Orange County Court page for Sarah Boone. Let's see if there's anything yet. Let me update really quickly. Okay. Nothing yet, so it's probably still in process or hasn't been filed yet. So we want to know if that motion to withdraw is going to be granted and what's going to happen. If it's not granted, I think the case will proceed on the 30th of January, barring some other breaking news. But we'll find out a little bit more tomorrow. I'd rather be day working. It says, recover addict, go out in the cold for a bit. I think I'm finally getting all this sickness to clear up. Just don't stay out too long. So hit the like button. Thank you, all those who do that. I appreciate that. I don't have Netflix. I'm too busy with RA's channel. I appreciate everybody who's here. Send a link to the burner about the Orange County Courts live. Let me take a look at that Golden Mom. Let's see, because that's Sarah Boone. Let's see. We're looking for Wooten, Judge Wooten. Where's my Orange County? Trying to find this the feed to see if there is one. Not seeing it yet. Let's see this other device. There might be something. Golden Mom, thanks for that. I'll keep an eye on this one. Let's see. It does surprise me. And maybe it's just because it's a status update. It's a lot of effort to get set up for a live stream and a lot of cost too. The equipment alone, even on the cheap end, runs several $1,000s even without the cameras and a couple $100s a month just for the connection. So there's a little bit of investment in cost, and if there's a lot of other things going on in the news, it's hard to justify sending the asset over there. Okay. It's not showing live. And it should be right now. I mean, this is the time it should be happening. We have some initial appearances from the 9th Judicial. That's it. All right. So it looks like we're going to have a break. Sadly, we don't get to find out what Sarah Boone is getting for Christmas as a new public defender, according to that guy. Let's see. Lucy volunteers to be Sarah Boone's new lawyer. Careful, Lucy. Be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. There are very few people on the list available for her. Yeah, 5 years ago, live streamed. They live streamed the initial appearances, but I haven't seen anything else. They just let the news media take care of it. Little Miss, bye everyone. Have some things to do before the snow comes. Hopefully there's a notification. I'll see it pop back in. Y'all take care. Be safe in the storm. Love you. Have a happy holiday if I don't see you again. Let's see here. Merry Christmas. Hugs to everybody. We're going to play some music. It's time. I should have a Christmas song, but I don't. KQD says I'm going to hang on till the bitter end. We're almost there. The end is nigh. Good luck in court with the friend custody battle. That doesn't sound fun at all. But thanks for being here. Let's see. Rest and get well. I will do that. Let's watch Yule log I sent you. Tag, I was watching that. I don't think I can show that. Jim Hansen might not approve of that. There's not much I can add as far as commentary to that one. We have a pickle blackout at our grocery. I'll be heading to Walmart for my pickles. TW, good luck. Grab them while they're in stock. And Rowdy Girl, I will turn on more of the bells and whistles. I have one turned on right now. I think it's the lawsuit one. Not sure if it's working. Let's see. We'll turn on some more of those if you like them. Probably less of the sound effects and more of the chat ones, but we'll have a few if I can figure out the timer so it doesn't just go off constantly. The state would pay for a private attorney? That would be bizarre. Tina, thank you for the good wishes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, all the mods who have been here, who helped make this channel amazing. Thank you for all those who support the channel. There's a lawsuit. Yep. It's working. Stay safe. Stay warm, everyone, please. Right now, give a hug to everybody you love. Smile at somebody if you see them through the snowstorm and make their day a little bit better. And please stay safe and warm. So we live stream again, which will be, if not sooner, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And hopefully I'll be all better by then. So thank you very much, guys. Have a happy holidays, too.
There's a lawsuit.